Hi, I'm Jamie Cohen with Cohen and Broche Law Offices. Have you ever thought about visiting or moving to the United States? We can help you at Cohen and Broche Law Offices. Well, it's hard to imagine how many different kinds of visa options there are to the U.S. Probably the most common type, and probably the one you're most used to of hearing about is the green card, which is essentially permanent residence in the United States. How do I get a green card? That's what people always want to know all around the world. Well, the easiest way, and probably the most common way, is that you are married or plan on marrying an American citizen. And you can do it, it's best to do it actually outside of the United States, but you can also do it in the United States and provide that option. We can help you. We can help you with doing all the visa services, all the immigration services that are required for the process, whether, again, you're outside or inside the United States. So that's the most common. But also, you might be the child of an American citizen, or you might be the parent of a U.S. citizen, or you might be brother or sister. All these are options to get green cards through what's called family immigration. And so this is probably the most common way of getting a green card to the U.S. Also, there's also other ways of getting green cards, usually through work. It's a little trickier, it's much more complicated, but there's a variety of different ways of getting green cards through work-type visas, work immigration visas. Probably the most difficult one is the one where, let's say you are a person of extraordinary ability. You might be a dancer or an artist or a musical performer, or you are a very significant businessman, or you're an athlete. These are people that the United States is looking for, and it's difficult, but the United States is looking for these kinds of people. The more common business visa is where an employer in the United States really wants you, and they've offered you a position, and now you have the option of getting a green card. It's complicated for the employer. They have to advertise for this position in the local market. They must fill out a lot of forms. There's a lot of documents. The whole process itself takes at least a year. But this is an option that exists, and we encourage you that if you have a job offer in the U.S. or you have friends who want to hire you, you can let us know. We can take you through the process. This is the most common way of immigrating to the United States through a business. But there's a lot of other kinds of visas to the U.S. The most common are what are called the non-immigrant visas. These are like work visas, investment visas, tourist visas. There's a whole variety of them, again, depending on your situation. Probably the most common work visa is known as H-1B. This is where you are a professional. A company in the United States wants to hire you. Let's say you're a computer programmer, you're a marketer, you're a well-known salesperson, whatever. You have to have a college education. That's the most common. But also, let's say you are working for a company overseas that has a subsidiary or a parent in the United States, and they want to transfer you. This is known as an L visa. We can provide that kind of option. Then there's also, let's say you're a person that is pretty well known in the arts field or athletic fields or musical fields or even business fields or science fields. This is an O visa. Again, you need a sponsor in the U.S. to be able to bring you there. And then one of the more common visas, and really the most flexible, is known as the E-2, which is the investment visa. If you invest in the United States about $100,000, you can get a visa. It's a very flexible visa that gives you and your family a lot of different options. So bottom line, there's many, many options of both immigrating or getting visas to the United States. If you're interested in more information, more specific information, you can go to our website, imilawoffice.com, to check us out, or look at some of our more specific YouTube videos about these particular items. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Cohen and Broche Law Offices.